Is that working?
No. Well, yeah, some, but very, very large. Yeah. Actually, I have to mute that. That's so bad.
I believe they can now hear us.
You think? Yeah, they can hear us, but it's fucking loud, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want the volume?
Yeah, and static.
Oh yeah, that's way the hell high. Hey, there we go. I figured it out. Is that better?
No, it's still static. Okay, now it's better. Yeah, now it's better.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
that.
that's much better.
Is that better? Oh, let's see. All right, we're good. That seems like it works. There's no static.
No, I think, yeah, but now I think your mic is off.
My mic is off.
Is it? No, I don't know if that's like mic or.
That's the mic on the desktop.
Okay, so it's fine.
The mic goes through my laptop.
It's fine.
My laptop then goes to the desktop, and basically the audio channel on the desktop that is listening to us, that dummy character inside of our call, the second Ken Lane, pumps the audio into the desktop to be streamed.
All right, then let's continue.
Yes, Oslo looks good.
Oslo looks good.
Let's look
food production instead of food. Yeah.
Well, all right. So let's recap. Those are the tiles being worked. 7 people, 2 turns to a new person. You have a governor. You're working on an arena. Your food production is pretty good for the next couple turns, where probably up to about 9 or 10 population you're set. Do you need housing? You have 2 amenities left. You're at 7 of 8 housing, so you are going to need to do something on that front at some point.
At some point.
All right, let's look at your second city.
Yeah, just look down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe this is your second city, Starborough.
Yeah, Subsburg should be the other one. Okay. What's the food there? Food situation. It's okay as well. There's a lot of food over here. In production.
So you have 22 turns to a new citizen. Your food production is plus. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Although it's not growing very quick because, yeah.
I mean, you don't have a lot of tiles here that would give you food production.
Yeah, I think this city is okay. It's just there then. We
could consider getting it. It doesn't have fish except up here, but we could consider getting it the logistics governor, which would make fisheries give extra food, and then you could quickly expand those tiles at some point and really get crap tons of food from the fish. Though those are several tiles away from your city right now, so I don't.
Yeah, exactly. So that would take a long time to get there as well.
The other option is get some tiles over here, put in a water mill upstream of Nidaros, which I think adds food.
Yeah, and we would need to see what's part of Nidaros state and what's part of the Vulcan state there. I'm not sure.
But you would have options for food.
Yeah, there would be, but for now it's okay. I mean, food's there.
I don't think this tile's improved. The wine. And I don't think all your crabs are improved either. They have different yields. So you might want to consider. I think your state's going to want at least 1 builder at some point.
Yeah. I mean, yes, builders are good. And yes, you can use the one we can use between Nidaros and Oslo.
There's a way to get a crap ton more charges in a builder. I think I had a builder that had 6 in the game I was playing the other day. If we're going to go on a building spree, we should consider optimizing into that. Although I think government policies are set by the sorting, and I'm not totally sure where that stands at this point. I need to hire a lawyer, to be honest.
Yeah, hire yourself a lawyer. See what you can do and what we have to do.
Is there anything else you want to look at with your city?
No, I think it's fine right now.
All right. On to Norse warrior cities over here in the east, which one do you want to look at first?
Let's look at Tavir.
Then we'll look at Arch's cities as well. Huge city, small population, not growing super fast, all things considered.
Hey, Ken, let's take a look. Where do we stand right now in completing the church and then getting the wonder built? How many turns out are we?
Stave Church is 2 turns out. The wonder, let's see, does it tell me? We're going for, grants 4 warrior monks. Is this the one we're going for? Kotaku Inn? I know it was my plan. I just don't remember my own plan.
Bottom one of the temple. It's 26 turns, I think it says.
That says 40. So I think the one that we're going for is 46 faith. Let me pull open. Let me actually go find my plan for this. Make sure that's the right one. I think it is.
It's the one there on the bottom, the very last wonder listed, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, okay, 2 apostles. 26 turns. So total we're 28 turns out. You could probably, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if you put somebody on this 3 food, 1 production like this guy over to here, you're going to get a new person relatively quickly, and that new person will be able to work at least this 1 food, 1 production tile, if not something more useful.
No, I'm with you.
Okay. The other option is to buy a builder and sort of improve these tiles so that production happens that much faster. But then once you kind of have that, or I guess you'd have to work with Arch, but to swap out this tile, I don't know how willing he'd be, because I think that's Moscow.
What's their production here in the city?
Production in the city total?
Yeah.
Oh, it's right here. It's 15.8. Plus 2 from your trade routes, 12 from your work tiles, 5% from amenities, 1 from modifiers. I think your tiles could improve from 12 to... Well, that would be an improvement of 113, and then improvement of 3. So I think you could get your tiles up to 16, improved by 4 overall, which would decrease sort of time to production of this guy. 4 on 400 would probably knock off. Yeah, it would go down to about 20 turns if you got those 2 tiles from Arch. Or alternatively found similar sorts of improvements inside the kingdom itself. So building a mine on this hill would give you, plus 1 or 2. Putting a guy on the food to get an extra guy going would give you, again, plus 1 or 2. And then you would be able to shave off similarly about the same 5 or 6 turns just by doing sort of internal improvements on your tiles and growing your population a little bit during that time. I'm
not sure how willing Arch is going to be to give us those tiles.
Lend you the tiles. Lend you.
Right. Lend. I tell you what, we would like to have a builder if possible.
I have to check with the finances on whether or not we can just buy you a builder. There's some law passed about that I have to read still. Like I said, I need to hire a lawyer, but I agree a builder would be in your best interest. And if I have to just buy builders in the capital and send them across the nation, that's what we will do.
And just to give you a heads up, the that Treasury Management Act, whatever, got repealed. So now you have full reign on the Treasury, as far as I know.
Brilliant. I did not realize that was repealed. I was dreading that headache. Then yeah, we'll buy you a builder. Oops. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. JP wanted me to ask you this. So after we get that apostles, as long as we get the wonder built, what's your opinion on us cranking out missionaries and things of that nature? What do you think? Because one thing we want to do too, Ken, we want to be able to build out some ships out to Veer specifically as well, because we're going to need them.
Well, so missionaries and stuff you're just going to buy with faith. Right now we're sitting at 1,500 faith. Should be good for about 3 apostles, and that's really what you're going to want. 3 apostles. Spend the charges around you in Astrakhan, Moscow, Toul, Leventa, and Bologna to sort of secure the religion in that region. Let me get rid of things that are in my way. So yeah, that'll secure the religion in this region and put pressure on Stavanger and Hattusa. We need to get the religious sort of the religion per turn up around 100 should be our goal over the next 4 weeks. Because apostles are stupid expensive, and they only get more expensive as you continue playing.
Gotcha. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tula then, please.
Why won't you let me have all the things open? Okay. That's nice.
How many turns is that until the monument's done?
4 turns until the monument is done. 9 turns until a new person, and yes, you have a governor on this tile, though I don't think he's the best governor for this city. I think you need, again here, a builder. You need farms along your river, and you need to start getting some districts after that monument is done.
Yeah, Ken, that's my next question. We really need to look at our cities and really get kind of a district planning going.
You have faith up in Tver, so you only have 1 mountain here, right? So mountains are great for certain districts, specifically campuses and holy sites. Yeah.
The holy site, should we wait till we convert it back to Church of Odin before we build that holy site?
No, there's no reason to. The holy site is just going to produce more faith. It doesn't matter what religion the city has, per se, because you're just producing the faith to be spent in the cities where you have the correct religion anyway. I'd say this city needs an aqueduct probably first. That's going to get you housing and help your population, and because the aqueduct has to go on the river, it'll dictate which tiles you improve in terms of a farm or just leave for the aqueduct. Does that make sense?
100%.
That iron is worked, Bob. I see you in the stream. If I can switch over. The iron up to the north in Tula is absolutely worked, and I would never take that person off of there, although it doesn't look improved. So they could probably use the builder there as well.
So I'm thinking aqueduct and then the holy site in Tula.
Yeah, I think that would be reasonable. That mixed with some good tile improvements could have this city absolutely explode population-wise. Perfect. And then once it explodes population-wise, you have that iron, you have 2 stone down here for production, you have deer down here, which I don't think you're going to get because that's St. Petersburg. Yeah, I don't know how willing certain people will be to swap tiles, but we might need some sort of legal thing where if you improve a tile that's part of a border area, it becomes part of your city, maybe, so that you could go in and build a farm, and take these 3 tiles if, Astrakhan isn't going to do it. Although I actually think Astrakhan might also be your city, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's definitely Russia. I mean, as far as that's concerned, I mean, I'm fine with us helping. Even if they don't switch the tiles over to us, I mean, as long as we can, too, we have no problem helping build some stuff for Russia as well in their cities.
Okay. Does the Holy State have a 3rd city? I thought you guys did.
No, sir, just the 2.
You guys should found a new city, maybe in this region over here.
That's kind of what we're thinking, to be honest. We'd like to have a 3rd right there. That way, at least our 3 are connected.
I think in my my proposal, here we go. In my proposal, there's supposed to be 2 cities sort of in between Tula, Oslo, and Nidaros. So I think Nidaros building one there and the Holy State building one there would be good. It would open up Vulcan to either build a city between their 2 current cities, sort of up in this mountain range where you would get some really killer districts, or up inside the plains near Stavanger. I think Stavanger has to sort of build the city just across the bay, and possibly one out there as well.
So, Ken, a couple things. First off, when we built our 2nd settler, I want to say, our original plan from our party is we pushed to have a city built on the Volga River there. So that's kind of been like a long-term destiny for us to build another city there along that river, which is kind of just northwest of Tula. Yeah. So long term, after we kind of get the religion established, we are totally fine whether it becomes our future cities or just someone else's, to really help crank out settlers to expand our borders for sure.
I agree. I think on the specifics of this city, this tile right here where the river bends would be really nice for a lot of reasons, including it's defended well by river on 3 sides. You'll get these mountains down here, which will give you better district bonuses for campuses and holy sites. So a holy site right here would have +2 religion, +2 faith, and I think that's something you guys would find desirable. But again, you'd also extend along the river nicely, and you'd probably have river tiles going all the way up to Leventa almost, where the river tiles would probably be split between Tula and the new city. But it would be a nice city.
Perfect.
I didn't talk to 76 about expansion, but when you guys do get ready to expand, a city somewhere nearish these mountains, such that you could put a district in these mountains, would be great. A district right inside here, I know this is a volcano, but a district right inside here would have 1, 2, 3, 4, if I'm counting it right, +4, if it was something like a campus or a holy site. And then I think desert actually might add something as well. So there might be some reason to put a district in the desert. So like a city, I guess, on the coast up here, or possibly like at the top of this river, would be a really good city for you to have.
I would probably rather do it at the top of the river there.
I'm sorry, come one more time?
I would maybe rather do the top of the river there.
Yeah, I mean it's your decision, but I'm pointing out the usefulness of a city in this area that can benefit from these mountains.
Yep.
And next time the volcano erupts, we're making everybody give us money for it. That is a stupid easy way to make a shit ton of money in this game. Yeah, like how this one is situated here. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the 2 Jarls have seen their cities. I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody to Moscow, because Archwizard is not currently on, last I checked, or he is at least not in the discussion with us. Yeah. He might be on somewhere. So yeah, Moscow. Let's see. Gorgeous city. People being worked. So 1 turn to a monument in Moscow. 7 turns to a new person. Population of 7, so reasonably populated. Again, I think it needs a builder and it needs to improve a lot of these tiles. But it is ready to expand, and it should take an expansion down into this area pretty soon. In general, Russia should have one or two. Yeah, they already have something in St. Petersburg. One or two cities in this region over here, sort of securing that coastline. But they need another builder as well. I think we're gonna go builder shopping during the actual session. Astrakhan is building an industrial zone. Good for them, actually. Nice job. And that's going to be ready in 4 turns, 15 turns to a new person. They kind of need to get their food up. They have a lot of river space where they can put farms. If they're building a campus district, they should consider putting it next to this mountain at some point. And we really do need to start getting some campuses built because I don't see a whole lot of them inside of our kingdom. Actually, possibly only one. And they're going to help keep our science going, so we can help science people. And they also they have iron, but it's actually being worked by St. Petersburg, which has a population of 3, which will grow in 1 turn. They will produce a settler in 10 turns, and actually they are fairly well built up in terms of tile improvements. They just should optimize their tiles for food right now to get their population up a little bit. So like 2 food, 2 food, 2 food, 2 food could be improved as well. That would help them, I think, to stabilize that city. Because right now they're working it for production, and you're always going to get more production with more people. But yeah, I'll let them figure that one out when they show up next week. And they're going to be 10 turns until that settler is built, so they're going to be there a while no matter what. Stavanger. No. Stavanger. Population 5, 68 turns till a new person is born, but it's a tiny city anyway. I don't actually know what they should do here. They have a governor. There's 6 turns until they build themselves an arena. Yeah, they probably should get a builder, maybe buy a few tiles, and actually work on getting their population up. I'd like to see them buy the 3 tiles down here, so that we sort of force Hattusa in a little bit, and they get that territory, which won't be like high production territory, but I think that territory there and the territory over here both, to me, look like really good candidates for a national park later on. So maybe buying up those tiles so that they aren't built on, while trying to improve sort of the core set of tiles here to support this city. And they definitely need to work those fish. What governors do we have? And we don't even have the best governor, the one who would help the most with that. Like if you have Liang, you can get all this extra production from your fisheries, and you can build your districts 20% faster. More people need to use this governor as opposed to the other one. We have a lot of, I don't know who selected these governors, but like getting 6 governors and not any promotions on them is kind of a silly strategy. I blame the sorting for not actually passing legislature on governors and forcing poor ex-King Bob to unilaterally act in moments of haste. So yeah, I think that's our kingdom right now. I think it's looking pretty good. Because we had no audio at the start, I'll do one last little overview of Nidaros. We have some faith here that should be worked. We need to get probably a campus district somewhere, though we don't have a lot of great sites for it, so maybe we'll build something else. 8 turns till a new settler. I do plan to get that settler. I need to get the population up. I really want a worker to improve some of these food tiles. Like, I don't think there's anything on this. It's just, we have cows roaming around. We need to put, like, fences around those cows so they don't wander off. Cows don't like being free. They want to be inside of a fence. All right. Thanks for joining the stream. If anybody else has any comments or questions before we close out, anything else you want to look at?
Hey, Ken, can we take a look at the current city-states on our continent and who they're backed by at the moment?
Sure. So let's start with Leventa. They have no suzerain. I'll look at where we have our things sent as well in a minute. So they have no suzerain. There's no suzerain in Bologna. Hattusa has us as their suzerain, which is good. They're scientific, so that's probably what's keeping our science afloat. The same is true with Vilnius. They are cultured. We are their suzerain, and that's probably what's keeping our culture afloat. Because if you notice, we have 40 some odd science and I think 0 campuses, or 1 maybe in Oslo.
And is Leventa the religious city-state?
Leventa is the religious city-state, yes. Bologna is scientific as well. Let's see. That's not one. Progress, trade route, overview, city-states. There we go. So we also are suzerain over Cardiff, which is the southern part of this continent, where I think we should consider sticking a city down here. There's some wheats, there's some cows. It would be strategically valuable from the standpoint of like controlling this southern waterway, which leads into our large bay here that we can control. Someone ping me. Oh no, that's just people gambling in the casino. Let's mute that. There we go. All right. Any other questions for now?
For me, man. Appreciate you letting us take a look.
Absolutely. I hope that the new people find this introduction to our cities and the current layout of our country informative. There's really, now that I look at it, 3 clusters of cities. There's Russia, Old Norway, and Stavanger up there all alone. All right, guys. Good session.
Wonderful